How to start a laundromat business and make $162,000 a year in passive income. A lot of people ask, can you still make money in the laundromat business? Is it still a great opportunity? In today's video, I'm going to answer those questions. My name's Nate Jones. Every day I post a video about how to start a business, how to grow a business, how to buy a business, and how to get to the next level in your entrepreneurial journey. So if you like that type of content, give me a like and a subscribe. Okay, so let's get into this. Excuse me. Let's get into this. How much does it cost to start this business? How much can you make? And what's the cash flow? And what are some things that you need to pay attention to be successful in this business? Let's get into this. How much does it cost? Well, a commercial washer and a commercial dryer is about $1,000 each. That's the ones you're going to be able to put coins in. You can buy them from Lowe's. You can buy them from Maytag. You can buy them online. There's a bunch of different models, but the average is going to be around $1,000. You may be able to get it a little bit less if you're buying a lot at a time, but I would just budget $1,000 each. So for one unit, a washer and a dryer, it's going to be $2,000. Okay. I'm thinking about a 2,500, 3,000 square foot facility, a retail location. And we're gonna be able to put probably about 30 sets in there, so 30 washers, 30 dryers. So that puts us at a $60,000 cost for that. Our retail lease is gonna be $2,500 a month, which is $30,000 a year. Our insurance cost is gonna be $2,000 for the year, and we're probably gonna spend about $5 to $10 grand to build out the retail location since it's not set up for a washer and dryer laundromat business, right? So we're gonna have to build it out. So I'm looking at a total startup cost of about $105,000, and a portion of that you could probably get a loan for. For the washer and dryers, you could probably get a loan for, maybe for the build out. So it's still gonna cash flow, but let's move into how much can we actually make. So the revenue per cycle, this is you wash your clothes, you dry your clothes, right? Most people do both. So the revenue per cycle is anywhere from $4 to $8, depending on where you're at. What the going rate is. Online, it said $4 to $8 when I was doing my research. So the average revenue is going to be $6 that you're making per cycle. How many loads per day? How many cycles can we do a day? It's about 75 cycles. If you're at a good retail location, that's about 75, maybe not even 75 people coming in, maybe even half that, because people do 2 loads. They probably save up and do it all at once. So you're thinking about maybe 50, 60, 70 people coming in a day. That's not that many people when it comes to a retail location being open all the time. And you might have more people coming in on the weekend, but an average is 75 a day. So 75 loads a day times $6 puts us at $450 a day that we're making. $450 a day is $13,500 a month. On an annual basis, that's $162,000. Okay, so let's look at our cash flow, right? We're bringing in $162,000. We have $60,000 of expenses for our washer and dryer, $30,000 expenses for the lease, $2,000 for the insurance, and we have another $10,000 in our build out. So that's about $60,000 a year in profit. That's year one. If we forecast into year 2, we've paid for our washer and dryer, we've paid for our build out, so that gross profit's going to go up to $130,000 a year in passive income. And that's the biggest thing that I love about this business is that it's passive. You can make money while not being there. Now, I think it's important to have camera, it's important to have some security measures in place, but for the most part, you're going and collecting the money, checking up on the machines, fixing the machines if you need to fix them. But for the most part, this is a pretty passive business. There's no such business as entirely passive. You got to do a little bit of work in this, but for the amount of money you're making for the time that you spent and the investment that you made in this business, great business to be in. So I love the passive income side of this. I love how it's profitable. You can kind of project how much people are going to come in, and it's very profitable. It cash flows very well, even with your upfront costs that first year. If you're factoring in all those things, just on a cash in, cash out basis, that cash flows year one, which I really like. I really like businesses that cash flow. Also, it's always going to be needed. We're always going to need to wash clothes. We're always going to need to dry clothes. People don't have the units in their apartments, or maybe they don't have them. Maybe they're not nice. It's better for them to have a little bit more space, go to a laundromat, or they don't have the money to buy a $600 washer and dryer, right? So they go to a laundromat while they're saving up for that appliance, okay? So there's always going to be a need for that. The next thing we need to do is we need to think about, okay, if we're going to start this business, what are ways in which this business can fail? And how can we minimize those things from happening? Well, in this business, you're not going to get any customers. Well, why didn't you get any customers? Well, you need to do research. Is there another laundromat in town? Is it very busy? Is it not very busy? Because then it may not make sense for you to start one in that town or that city. Find a good location. Do your research and do local marketing once you find that location, and have your retail signage up and get noticed. People need to know that you're in business. They need to know where you're at so that if they need to do their laundry, they can come into your laundromat, okay? The next thing is quality. We need to have good machines that work and do a good job, because if it doesn't work, people aren't going to come back. If their clothes aren't washed and they're not dried, they're going to be like, why am I paying the money? Why am I coming here? I'm not going to come here in the future. So make sure you do what you say you're going to do and have great quality. The next thing is safety. People need to feel safe when they're washing and drying their clothes. They need to feel safe. If they don't feel safe, they're not going to come to your, place of business, because they're scared that while they're doing their laundry, they're going to get attacked or something. I don't know. But you got to feel safe. So you want to make sure that those safety measures are in place if you're in a not so great neighborhood, right? So the next thing we need to do is, if you're serious, you need to find a retail location, and then also consult with a local attorney, a local CPA, and find a local insurance agent. A local attorney is going to make sure that you have the proper signage up. What are we going to do with this? Like, how does this work? Just making sure that everything's in place. They could just do a quick review call or a quick review meeting with you. The next thing is having a local CPA. He's going to be able to say, hey, these are what you need to pay attention to. This is the sales tax you need to pay, or this. He's going to be able to make sure that you're paying the taxes that you need to be paying in that local community that you're in. Local insurance agent's going to make sure that your machines and your liability is protected on your business. People come in, they slip and fall. Maybe it's your fault. You get sued. Or if the building burns down, who's gonna pay for your washer and dryers, your equipment, your build out that's in there, right? That's what insurance pays for. So, I think this is a great business. If I were to rate this as a passive income business, I would rate it very high. I really like that it's very passive. The only thing that I could potentially see is in my community where I live, I don't see a massive need for it, just because a lot of people have washer and dryers in their house. But I think as we go closer to the city, I live close to a big city, so once we go closer to there, I could see there's a big opportunity there. But I think you got to find the right spot, right opportunity zone, and you can make some serious money if you have that cash sitting around where you can go invest into this business. So if you're serious about it and you need help, hit me up. I'd be happy to have a free 30-minute phone call with you, and like and subscribe.